Rock and roll, sister. Right, guys, I hope you're all with me still. I'm glad this is getting so complicated because it's a classic example in how you start with big shapes. And I'll sound like a broken record, but you keep on adjusting, big shapes to small shapes. And you see how we've completely reversed edge flows there and almost completely redone the mesh, really. But a little bit of pain is required. So before we carry on, I'm just going to check all my various C curves here. Make sure everything's how I want it to be. So if we go into sculpt mode, I'm just going to push all these things around. You see that nice C curve there? This is not really looking very circular. So I'm just going to shove this all around a bit. Very artistic, very much winging it with the eye. Now, you see that? That's a little bit more pronounced than ours, so let's just pull this down a bit. That's nice. Every view must look good. Please, forgive me for my cold. Just sniffling away. It cannot be helped, unfortunately. Alright, I think, if you agree with me, we're looking pretty damn good. Control tab, edit mode. Nice. That's offending me. That's not a C curve. That's not a C curve. Nice curves. Let's get all those. Scale Y0. Oh my god. Scale Y0. Same with you and you. Scale Y0. And let's just butt you up to there. It's a much better way, I think, rather than using the mean crease tool. I've banged on about that enough, I think. Oh gosh, look at that in there. At this mode, I think sculpting is the best way, if I'm honest with you. Doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, we're going to look from things from quite a distance. Do you remember the Mark 1 Iron Man, where he built his armour in the movie? He built it in the cave. When you build the basic shapes, you can kind of see where it came from. Right, should we start chopping this up then? Which is the absolute epitome of what I'm talking about. So in face mode, Alt P, get rid of you. Alt P gets rid of the selection. All over the place, but don't worry about that. Right, now let's select our ribs. You. You. Now you. Yeah. Cool, so we've got the constituent parts for what we want to achieve. So let's, again, not use the mean crease tool. Let's put in some topology to achieve the shape we want to achieve. Just with that Control R again. Same with you. Now this will put in interesting. Okay, we don't want that there, so I'm going to split them up like that. And again, let's put some topology in there and in there, just to tighten that edge up. Okay, we're looking pretty cool, guys. We're looking pretty goddamn cool. Apologies for my sniffling. Now, let's select all and edit mode. Don't want you in there. We're going to make constant adjustments just to make sure. Round things around, so on and so forth. Yep. There's a gap there, but I've got plans for these gaps. I've got plans for them. Sorry, another sniffle. Just making sure round things around. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm looking, and I'm liking. So, what are we going to go into? Am I sure that's round? Look, it's fine. You need to chill out a bit. You need to chill out. Let's have a look how it looks with a helmet. Yeah, it's looking good, isn't it? Mr. Iron Man cometh. This is going to be a mammoth course. Absolutely ginormous. So be it. So be it. But this is a very, very complex shape, so this is taking an unusually large amount of time. Okay, so let us get rid of the reference and carry on, right? So, I don't know if I should model the pecs. No, I'm going to lump these little bits out. They look like they come from about halfway. You'll enjoy this bit. So that there, and that there, delete soft edges. I do that quite a lot. And then let's go to our cut tool and say, sorry, the reason I hesitate is what would happen if I just did this. See how dense the mesh is getting. Don't like it. That's why I hesitated. Knife, cut in what you want, and then sort it out. Ugly tool. No ugly tool. Okay, it's going to have to be El Mashitanto. The smooth tool that I've just been using smoothed these out, and I did not want that to happen. It's getting seriously dense. Seriously dense. See, you've got to be C-curves. Well guys, it does not get more complex than this. I think I'm going to have to go back and delete a lot of that work because the smooth tool messed us around too much. So sorry, bear with me. It just moved the mesh around too much. I am modeling all the meshes at the same time, as if they were one mesh. Which was a brilliant feature they added, I can't remember how long ago. Just constantly pushing and pulling, looking at your C-curves. Do you understand what I mean when I say the C-curves? I'm looking at curves, like internal curves that are X, and then I'm looking at internal curves that are Y. And I'm trying to look at each individual curve on its tangent, if that makes sense. Or, as I said, you can move it, you can constrain it like this. But whatever you do, you're always thinking in 3D. Whatever. Well, I think it's pretty evident what needs to happen here. Dissolve that edge. Knife tool. It's pretty cool. hopefully it's fairly evident what's going on here. Just sculpting. I'm starting to, don't tell anyone, but I'm starting to like that tool, if I'm honest with you. Maybe it's not as dirty as I originally thought. Or maybe it is, maybe it's absolutely filthy. This one's more of a triangular shape. I think I've got away with that. Have I? I'm looking at the reference image. No, it looks like it starts from about the same place. So maybe we'll go that way. That's quite cool. That's much better, isn't it? It's a really cool little effect. This is what I'm looking at for my main reference. Do you know what? Can we... Where's my reference? Do we need that? Where's the... We don't need a bat. I'm tempted to just twat it off. In fact, I'm going to twat it off. Check for roundness, guys. I'm pretty happy with the way this is going. I hope you are. Oh gosh, there's a lot of ugly stuff going on there, and that would be why. So let's get ugly. Let's get ugly. So what we need to do is use the dirty tool. Yeah, guys, I've made friends with this. Don't tell on me. Shoot me, you know, because it just does what we want to do. And if it works, it works. So be it. Good. So what we want to do is put a little bit of a solidify on that. Solidify. Which direction are my normals in? Yeah, they're correct. So 1. I don't know, 4mm, is that enough? 4mm a bit thick, 3mm. Ah, that's interesting. All the faces, Alt N, flip. You, and you, Control L, copper modifiers. Gives our little thickness to all of you. Maybe it is 3.5, or maybe it is 4mm. Yeah. Control L, copy modifiers. Good. See you in the next video.